Well, I'm out here this afternoon. I had a busy day at work today and knocked off around 4 o'clock to try to get out here. I called another neighbor. It's a neighbor that my brother has permission to deer hunt on, and we've never turkey hunted over here, but I called him and he said, sure, come on over. You got permission. You can come hunt anytime you want. So I've never been over here. I'm just kind of walking in blind, but there's an older man deer hunts here, and I just walked up on his tree stand over here. It's the most interesting looking tree stand I think I've ever seen before. These turkeys here lately, they've been dead quiet first thing in the morning, and they're firing up around 10:30, 10:45 in the morning, and they're gobbling all through lunch. Now, just so happens that, I work from home, and I've been working on my back porch, just taking my computer outside and enjoying this nice weather. And I was just sitting there working, listening to them gobble the whole time. So it's a little bit of a challenge to sit there and listen to them and not go after them. But hey, I got to do my job. I got to get my work done so that way I can pay the bills. Well, I found me a spot to set up here. Man, that sun just popped out. Crap. Now I'm in the sunlight. It's been cloudy, and I was here. Pretty good spot where I can overlook this whole holler down here below me, and I can see all the way over to the property line. The property line's on top of that next little finger right there, about 45, 50 yards away. So if the turkey came up that finger, it's still legal. I can shoot it. But now this sun's come out, and I'm going to have to relocate because I'm right here smack in the middle of the sunlight. All right. I think this is actually a better spot for me anyway. I'm kind of down in the roots of this tree are kind of hugging me down here. I'm actually in a hole. The ground's really soft. I almost wonder if it was like a mineral site or something because I'm sinking. I was afraid it was a big anthill or something at one time whenever I plopped down on it, but man, this wind is brutal. I can't hear anything. There's a road about 150 yards from me, and there have been cars going up and down, up and down, up and down. And I can only see them. I can't even hear them going. It is so windy out here. I'm either going to have to get up and kind of run and gun it here, or I'm going to head across the road over to the pasture field side and just, I don't know, set up somewhere where I can see for a long distance. I don't think that's going to help either, though. With this wind, I'm going to have to be close to these birds for them to hear me, to come to me. So, I don't know. I got to really think about how I'm going to handle this. Alright, well, I've thought about it some. I think what I'm going to do, since I've never hunted here before, I'm quite a bit in the dark of what this property is like. I mean, looking at it on Onyx, I'm familiar roughly with the property. It climbs all the way to the top of this ridge, about probably another 125, 150 feet elevation above where I'm standing right now. And it ties into another piece of property at the top of the ridge, on the spine of the ridge, that I have permission to hunt. But I've never hunted that far up on that property because it's almost a vertical cliff on the other side of this ridge. I think I'm going to take my time and walk up this finger and get up to the top and just see what the higher elevation of this ridge looks like, since I've never actually hunted over here, and I've never hunted at the top over on the neighbor who gives me permission as well. So this is kind of just more of exploratory, I think, and if I happen to stumble on a turkey, then that's just a bonus. Oh man, I'm tired now. I made it up to the spine of the ridge. I'm not on the top point, but I made it up to the spine. Oh man, oh man. That was a little bit harder than I expected it to be. It's really thick up here, unfortunately. There's so much. I don't even know what kind of trees these are. I need to take some pictures of them and see what they are. It changes. It's like you go from pines and softwoods and stuff into all red oaks and chestnut oaks. And here's the wind. You transition out of those pines and softwoods, you go into some red oaks and chestnut oaks. And then when you get up here on top, it's just a whole bunch of young undergrowth with some sort of a twisty, gnarly looking little shrub undergrowth thing. I don't even know what this is. I need to take some pictures of it and show my dad and see if he knows what it is, because I don't know. They're really kind of crazy, but this is just basically a huge exposed rock, basic ridge line right here. And I came out of scratching probably 40, 50 yards down the hill when it started transitioning over into this sort of stuff. So I think the turkeys are staying down below all of this. That was crazy. I was coming back down the hill from where I went just walking around scouting because it was so windy down here in the bottom that I couldn't hear anything. As I was coming back down and got nearly to the spot that I was sitting at originally, I looked up, and walking up the property line was a hen. So I plopped down here at the base of this tree and just kept watching, and that hen walked through right up the property line, and then that Jake walked through right up, a Jake behind her right up the property line, and then a longbeard went up right behind the Jake. I can't tell if that's clucking that I'm hearing or if it's the trees popping from all the wind. It's crazy, you can't hear anything out here. Anyway, so I sat down here and they worked their way up and they fed over here at about 80 yards from me for 30, 45 minutes. I did some light calling. Man, these trees are popping and snapping. Anyway, I did some light calling and they never came in, and they fed off the other way, and then they turned and came back. And then all of a sudden, the hen took off. I don't know what that noise is. The hen took off running down the hillside, and the longbeard took off after her. I don't know where the Jake went. Anyway, I'm gonna pack my stuff and get out of here. I thought they were gonna go up to roost. I mean, it's almost roosting time. I mean, it'll be dark here soon. So, had I not moved a while ago, those birds would have came by me at about 40, 45 yards. Man. Well, I say they would have. They might have busted me with the way the sun was hitting me, and who knows. But anyway. Well, that was a good encounter. I'm gonna get out of here now. Keep thinking I'm hearing clucking, but I really think it's just these trees popping and squeaking. They're scratching all around me in here. I didn't see all this when I came walking back down the hill because I saw those birds. Golly. This blowing me away, all this wind and everything going on. Alright, well, I'm going to come back here again. These birds are definitely using in here heavily. I think they're roosting right in here somewhere, and I think if I come back over here in the evening, I can maybe ambush them going to roost just like almost happened this evening.